So what does medical gaslighting look like? What does collective medical gaslighting look like? And how does that differ from misdiagnosing? How does that look different than misdiagnosing us? So, gaslighting. I walk into a medical appointment, a GI appointment. The nurse is sent in with me because lots of offices, women, some doctors can't be alone with female patients. Some are required by their disciplinary board to have female nurses in there with us. And some just, it's protocol. Anyways, so the nurse is in there with me, and this guy walks in. He tells me nothing's wrong with me before I even talk to him. I said, "What are you talking about?" I lifted up my shirt and showed him the lump on my belly. And I said, "Look, there's this lump here. It moves. It turns dark. It looks bruised." And the nurse comes over and puts her finger right on the lump. And she says, "Right there?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing wrong with you." And her and I look at each other. She's my age, a middle-aged nurse. And we're looking at each other like, what is this guy doing? Because obviously he's screwing with me, right? This is not normal behavior. He's deliberately gaslighting me. Okay, so then I get back to my family doctor, and he says something strange to me. He says, "Why do you think it is that you always get and then he did bunny ears with his fingers. Why do you think you always get the quote unquote bad doctors?" And I looked at him like genuinely not understanding whether or not I could trust my family doctor. I could not understand if my family doctor was messing with me when I told him about this experience. And I said, "I don't know." And I'm looking at him and I'm trying to figure out whether he's messing with me, and I can't figure it out. Then years later, I get a copy of not just the report. I don't think I got a copy of the report. I got a copy of the referral. The copy that my former family doctor sent. My former family doctor sent him, the specialist, a letter saying that there was nothing wrong with me before I even got there. So when I got there, the specialist decided to take me for that appointment, to get paid for the appointment. But he decided before I walked through the door that there was nothing wrong with me. But he did take the referral to get the money. And years later, I found out that the family doctor was actually gaslighting me. This is collective gaslighting. Then I realize how this all happened. This is one of his friends caused 4 hernias. And one of them was still popping out. This is one of his friends in town that caused these 4 hernias, caused me to rip in 4 different places. And years later, I put all the pieces together. What's actually happening? So I go back to my family doctor, to complain that this guy's gaslighting me, and my family's doctor is gaslighting me, and I can't understand that until years later I can see how it all fits together. Collective gaslighting. Why? I have no idea why. I can show you the lump on my belly. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing with the hernias. And, okay, so genuinely being misdiagnosed, and which feels just like being gaslighted. You know, if I went in because my belly hurts and there's no lump there, and let's say that there's cancer there and it just never showed up on the scan or something, and they're genuinely telling me, "Look, ma'am, there's nothing wrong with you," but they can't yet detect the cancer or something. And you feel like you're being messed with because you know that they're wrong. But they're not deliberately trying to mess with you. There's no intent to fool you or manipulate or gaslight you.